stop! Don't use a drill to collect birch water. There is a much easier way and better way to do it. The sun is out, birds are chirping, grass is growing everywhere. This means only one thing: spring is just around the corner. This also means, however, that it's your very last chance to collect tasty birch water. Because as soon as the tree shoots its first leaves, the birch water season is over and you have to wait for another 12 months to be able to collect it again. One of the absolute easiest way to collect it, and I personally think it's also the best way because you harm the tree as little as possible, is just to take a twig like so, bring a sécateur and a bottle with you, together with a bit of some wire or string attached to it, and then cut off the twig. As soon as you cut off the twig, there you see it starts dripping quite intensely so. Ideally, the birch tree is next to a stream of water because this means the tree has a lot of water available. Once you have cut the twig, just take the bottle, put the twig inside the bottle and then use your string or piece of wire to attach it securely. And as you can see, fresh birch water is already collecting in the glass bottle. Once it's attached, you can leave it for just a few hours, or what I do is just to leave it overnight, and then the next day you can come back and collect a whole bottle full of tasty, fresh birch water. However, that said, there is also quite a few other ways you can prepare a really good tonic or drink from birch trees without having to collect the actual water from them. And most of the other ways you can do year-round, so you don't have to wait for this specific window just before spring, but you can really do it all year round, even if you are in a city and are not close to any birch trees. One method is that you take a birch branch, which I have here anyway, and then maybe take a paper towel, remove some of their, if there are lichen on it or moss, you just remove them from there, because they actually have flavors which you don't want. And then with a knife you carefully remove some of the fresh birch bark, just in strips like so. With the bark removed, take a bottle of any size, add a bit of water and then put the fresh strips of birch bark into the water. Mix it, close it and put it in a darker place. Left overnight, it takes on this kind of brownish color. Put it into a glass to try it. It has the very same flavor like fresh birch water. So it has a very small hint of this wintergreen flavor, which birch trees are known for. Then it has a certain amount of freshness and a very fine hint of sweetness. It's one way of having birch water all year round. The other way of making a drink, which is quite similar to fresh birch water, which you can do even in a city far away from any kind of birch tree, is to buy dried birch leaves from a pharmacy. They are almost everywhere available. It's sold as, you know, for tea, which is actually quite bitter, but you can make a really nice extract from it with cold water. So again, take any kind of bottle, add some water and finally add dried birch leaves. Not too many, because they are actually it can get quite bitter, so be careful. Mix it, close the bottle and put it to the side, maybe just for a few hours. Maybe overnight could be already quite bitter, but you know, whatever you prefer, if you want it a bit lighter or bitter tasting. After a few hours, it looks like this. It gets a very beautiful green color. And when you taste it, it has this delicious fresh birch flavor with a hint of bitterness, a certain sweetness even, a bit of this famous wintergreen aroma. So there you go, 3 refreshing drinks from the birch tree which you can easily make or collect yourself.